Today we are learning how to take a professional profile photo. Profile pictures are kind of like a first impression that you give to people when they first visit your Facebook, Instagram or YouTube page. Now, the profile pic on my YouTube channel is okay-ish. I mean, at least it kind of shows that I make films because you can see that I have a camera. But the profile pic on my Instagram, well, I want to be a filmmaker. So imagine somebody wants to hire me to make a film for them, and the first thing that they see when they come onto my page, they see this. That's why today I want to do my own professional looking profile picture. I've already done some research on how to do the perfect professional profile picture. I've watched some tutorials on YouTube on how to take a good portrait, but I've also researched some portraits of some of the greatest filmmakers and YouTubers out there. In fact, the more I got into my research, the more I realized that the big majority of all the portraits of some of the greatest directors of all time were all black and white. These lazy I feel like black and white is a great way to make your portraits look more professional when you don't know a lot about color grading or lighting, or when you just don't have the right equipment. So what do you actually need? Now, first, it would be good to start off with a camera. You don't actually need a good camera. Let's just take a cheap old one for now. You need some kind of tripod. Then you need some gaffer tape, sandwich paper, some kind of black background like a black sheet or black backdrop paper. Last but not least, we're just gonna take a cheap IKEA lamp for our lighting. And now comes the point where we have to set everything up. The thing with this light is that it's actually a pretty harsh light. Without anything, this light pretty much looks like this. It's pretty harsh, so we gotta diffuse it in some way. And that is where our baking paper comes in. If we now take that baking paper, this versus this is much better. So we're gonna take our best friend, the gaffer tape, and tape this sandwich paper to the lamp. Just like that, we build ourselves a softbox for about 20 bucks. I don't know what to say. I was setting up the shot for this camera actually, and I pulled it towards me and it was still hanging on the cable. The cable was pulling on the lamp, so the lamp fell onto the other camera and that camera dropped to the ground. I tested it, it seems to be working. This little thing seems to be the only thing that is broken. I mean, it's so weird because this was my first photography camera. It's about 8 years old. I haven't actually used this camera in a long time, and the first time I use it after a few years, it drops to the ground. It's not my camera anymore. It's my sister's camera, and I borrowed it just for the sake of this video. I hope she's not too mad at me. I've taken about 48 photos and I've all imported them onto my computer now. So now I'm gonna choose which one I like the most, and then I'm gonna pull it into Lightroom and edit it right away. I'm done editing all the photos, and I have to say, I'm pretty happy with them. This one was my favorite, but there's also this one, or this one, and this one. Oh, and there was also this one. These were pretty much my 5 favorite photos from this self-portrait photo shoot, but this one's definitely my favorite, and that's also the one that I'm gonna use for my professional profile pic on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram, because I think it's gonna make me look a lot more professional than I actually am. All jokes aside, I know this video wasn't really that serious. Still, obviously, I'm very happy with the results. I nearly broke my sister's camera. I only used one IKEA lamp for my lighting. Nowadays, most people have a phone with a very decent camera in their pockets, and you could just as well use your phone to take profile pictures. I think it just goes to show that you can do some very good creative stuff without necessarily having to have the equipment, just by coming up with DIY budget solutions. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. I also want to address that some of you guys reached out after I posted the last video and gave me some very nice and lovely messages, so thanks for that. If you haven't subscribed and you want to stay up to date with future videos, make sure to do so. I highly appreciate it. Love y'all, and see you in the next one.